Rama Rama Hari Hari, Gauranga Nityananda, Krishna Krishna Hari Hari, Hari Rama Hari Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari, Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari, Oh Hari Rama. One more time, everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaur Premanandi. Yesterday, we had mentioned that the holy name is victorious. Padam Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtan. And it's victorious, and one who takes the holy name becomes victorious. And so, the holy name is victorious, and those who walk with the holy name, they become victorious. It's like you have a weapon. This weapon can destroy anything, right? So you're looking at the weapon, it can destroy anything. You carry that weapon, you can destroy everything. Not that you are powerful, the weapon's powerful. So the holy name is powerful. You have the holy name, you're like light. So wherever there's darkness, it goes away. Not because you're light, but because you're carrying light. Yes? Hare Krishna. So I have a song for you. Would you like to hear a song? You're being rewarded for coming on time. This is a song, this is the first verse of the Shishastakam. First verse of the Shishastakam says, all glories to the chanting of the holy name which can cleanse the heart of dust accumulated for years together. It is extinguishes the blazing fire of material existence and causes the lotus of good fortune to arise. So we're going to sing it. All glories to the chanting of your holy name, which cleanses the heart which cleanses the heart of all its pain. You will make the fire of samsara forever die, and cause the lotus of good fortune to arise. And then if you pick up, you can sing with me. Because your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious, your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious, your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious, holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, because your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious, your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious. Param Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Ram Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Govinda Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is glorious. Can you sing that? Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is glorious. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. One more time, everyone. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. And what does it mean? Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. One more time, a little louder. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. So we're all becoming glorious by chanting the glorious name. The name is glorious, and those who chant the name are glorious. Hare Krishna. Welcome back for more fun. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sanyavadi Paschati. Well, it seems that I scared a lot of people away last night. Maybe they weren't ready for all of that. So, we're going to do a little exercise this morning. So everyone needs a partner. So we need you to sit in twos, not threes, not fours, fives, or sixes, but twos. And anyone can be your partner. You don't have to like them. You don't have to love them. They don't even have to be sitting next to you. You can choose a partner from anywhere in this room. And when everyone gets a partner, I'll tell you what we're doing. So you should sit next to your partner so you could talk to them without straining yourself. And raise your hand if you don't have a partner. Okay, we need a partner. You don't have a partner? Who's her partner? Okay. You too. Okay. Why don't you can be my partner until somebody comes. Okay? You have to you have to bring a chair over here, yeah. The next person that comes in will become your partner. So I was going to go to sleep during this exercise, but now I can't. Okay. So, what we do in our Japa retreats and workshops is every morning we do a review, and we review our Japa. So you are both going to tell your partner how your Japa went. We did a scale, remember, yesterday, 1 to 10. So you're going to tell them, this morning it was 9.999. It was amazing. Or this morning it was 0.1. It was really bad. Or somewhere in between those two. And then you're going to explain to your partner everything you want to explain about this morning. Like what went well, what didn't go well. If you didn't chant any rounds before you came here, you can give yourself a 0 because that was pretty bad. Yeah. And then you have nothing to discuss other than how you're going to do better tomorrow. So we discussed what went well, what didn't go well, how I was feeling, what I was realizing. And maybe the most important thing is 2 things. What did I do this morning that was really good and I want to keep doing that? I really like that. And what did I want to do but I didn't do well that I would like to improve upon? So you can just kind of get that in your head, right? So there's 2 of you, so one of you can speak and the other one just listens. You don't have to advise or comment, criticize, judge, all that good stuff. You just listen. Whatever your partner tells you, it's confidential unless it's, really good and you want to share it. But if it's personal, like, I was chanting my rounds while watching TV this morning, eating popcorn with my left hand, and like that, you probably don't want to share that with anybody. That's private and confidential. So maybe each of you take 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and then after you discuss everything, we'll check in and see who needs more time, and then we'll do a little sharing. Is anybody not clear on what we're doing? So basically, you can say anything about your japa this morning, but the main thing is, what did you learn? What do you want to improve? What do you want to continue doing? What did you lament that you didn't do? What were you happy that you did? What were you ecstatic about? What were you miserable about? And, how does it compare to your japa normally? Okay? If you weren't here last night, this is kind of anticlimactic for you, but last night we learned some things, by which you could chant amazing japa this morning, leave your body, go back to Godhead and come back. So everyone here who was here last night definitely was not in their body for a few hours this morning. And so they're going to describe their visit to Vaikuntha and back. But anyway, if you weren't here, you can describe your japa, what was good, what wasn't, and whatever else you want to say. Okay? Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Hare Krishna. So, you can sit in the chair, you can bring it closer, whatever you like. You have a partner now? No, I can go to sleep. Yeah. You go back there, yeah. She's your partner. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Who needs more time? How much time do you need? 2 minutes? Okay, let's take 2 more minutes. And if you think you're finished, keep talking. You'll discover something else. Whoever raises their hand, if you could bring them the mic. Okay. Oh, I need some cartals. Cartal. Cartal. It's the only thing that works. If I say time to stop, no one stops. If I hit the cartels, everybody stops. Like magic. So what we're going to do now, whenever we do an exercise, after the exercise, we ask you, any of you who would like, to share whatever you'd like to share from this exercise. And don't be afraid to share your challenges. And the reason it's good to share challenges is because then we can discuss how to deal with those challenges. So you can share what went well. It's inspiring to other devotees. You can share your realizations. That's inspiring to devotees. And you can share your ecstasies and your agonies and your hopes and dreams for tomorrow's japa. So I know you're all anxious to share, but we'll have to ask you to put your hand up, and then Bija will bring you the microphone.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my partner was Chitrangi, and I'm very impressed that she actually paid attention to what you mentioned yesterday.
Really?
Yes. She remembered the point about that I actually forgot this morning. She mentioned that chanting is worship, and we have to think about Krishna and not do anything else when we are chanting. So that was inspiring. So I just wanted to mention that I'm inspired by Chitrangi.
Chitrangi, isn't it amazing? Someone can chant Hare Krishna and not think of Krishna at the same time. Isn't that interesting? It's possible. You can chant Hare Krishna and be thinking about breakfast. You ever done that before?
Have you done that? What? Yes.
Yes, sometimes? Maybe?
No.
No. Pure devotee. I'm sorry. I miscalculated. Pure devotee. Pure devotees don't do that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and then also Radhika Mangala and I were partners too. And Radhika Mangala, I know her schedule is very hectic. Still, I think she just decided to spend some time with Japa. She could only chant one round. But that was inspiring that they still tried to chant. And then personally, I felt that I tried practicing praying before chanting. I did feel different, at least in my first 2 to 3 rounds. I felt they were not stressful. Usually when I'm not done with my rounds in the morning, it's a stress. So personally, I felt praying somehow was working. And I never paid attention to this part before. I like my own voice also. I felt I was chanting in mode of goodness. Otherwise, I'm chanting more like, okay, I need to get done with this so that I can do something else. So that was very powerful.
Good. I didn't tell you something very heavy last night because I didn't want to give you indigestion. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if you're chanting and you're thinking, when will my rounds be done? How many rounds do I have left? What's the time? When will I finish? He said, that's an offense. And I can explain why. And the women will understand this. They tell their husband, will you go shopping with me? The first thing he says is either, do I have to? Or, okay. Reluctantly. But he's trying to be nice, so he says, okay. How long? She says, about an hour. So at around 50 minutes, what's he doing? Looking at his watch. When can we leave? How do you feel? Like he doesn't want to be with me, right? So, I know many of us have not thought like this, but in case you haven't noticed, Krishna's a person and people have feelings. So when you're dealing with the holy name that way, if you think of the holy name as a person, then you can understand that the holy name would be offended by us wanting to just get it over with. Honey, can we get this over with? We've been at the mall for an hour. But I haven't found what I'm looking for. You said an hour. I got things to do. I'm busy. What do you got to do? I got to watch the football game. Yeah. So it's like, I'm rushed to chant my rounds. What's so important that I have to do? A lot of times, it's not important.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So isn't that interesting? Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that's an offense, to be calculating how much time. But at the same time, it makes sense, because in real life, that would be offensive to a person. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share?
Hare Krishna, thanks so much for the opportunity to be here together again. Listen all these beautiful reflections. Me and Amrita, we discussed about the Rupa, the form of Krishna as a deity. This helps us to bring awareness to our moment of chanting. And we conclude our discussion about this, thinking that everything that is the opposite of the state of awareness makes you farther from Krishna, because you need to be present in this moment.
Yes.
And also be thankful for the moment, be grateful for the opportunity to have the holy name and be able to chant it properly. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. You know what I was thinking this morning? You know how, I think it's maybe more for mothers, when they're super busy and they just say, I need some me time. Me time. You need me time? Yeah, like just alone, right? I need me time. Take the kids, take everything. I just need to go somewhere or hide in a closet or whatever you want to do. So I was thinking that as we were talking about yesterday, I quoted Rabindra Swarupa said, you should give Krishna the courtesy of your attention. And I thought, okay, this is me time for me and Krishna. This is our time. So if this is our time, just me and Krishna, then it's my time to give him my attention. I'm not going to give my attention to anything else because this is our time. So it's not me time per se. It is me time, but it's really our time. So whenever you have me time or our time, everything else turns off, right? So it's a nice meditation. If this is our time, Krishna's willing to come and be present as his name, and therefore there shouldn't be anything else. It's just me and him, and my consciousness on him, and that's all there is. And if you do that, it's very easy. It's very easy to be present. Because, okay, here's a little pun on words. It's easy to be present if you give Krishna the present of your presence. Okay? Give Krishna the present of your presence. And when you do that, you will feel that's part of my devotion in chanting is to give him my presence, my attention. You know how important attention is. How much attention do your children want from you? How much attention do your partners want from you? I'm talking to you. Why aren't you listening? Pay attention. Attention it's such a valuable thing, right? It's like we own attention and we want to put our attention in different places. But when you're with a person, they want your attention. And that's what makes the relationship valuable, right? So now you're chanting and Krishna's saying, why aren't you giving me your attention? I don't feel good. I feel neglected. Please give me your attention. So as you're chanting, you think, this is our time. I must give attention to Krishna. And when you do that, that's all there is. It's you and the holy name. There will be nothing else. Nothing else. And you will feel like you are not, you have gone somewhere else. It's just you and Krishna have gone off. It's beautiful. Yes? Me time, our time. Who else would like to share? Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, Amal Harinam Prabhu and myself, we were discussing about how to depend on Krishna while chanting. And I got to learn so much from Prabhu's experience as to how important it is to be mindful, to be in the moment, and to not really worry about how much time each round is taking, but really being absorbed. That's what really matters. And I kind of shared my challenge because in all honesty, I'm not a morning chanter. I find that my chanting is better in the evening. And I'm not going to lie, I did not get a chance to do even a single round this morning. So I was reflecting on the rounds that I did last night upon reaching home.
Okay.
So yes, those were some of the themes that we spoke about.
Wonderful. Thank you. What was the first thing you said?
Being mindful, being in the moment and depending on Krishna.
And the next thing?
I don't remember now.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt. No, I can't remember.
The time that we're spending on
Oh yeah,
each
the
round.
time, yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. That many devotees get a little concerned about the time. If I'm chanting too, basically they're not really concerned about chanting too fast. They're concerned about taking too long. And obviously it's a concern if you don't have time. You want to chant a certain number of rounds, you don't have time. But other than that, it's not a concern. It becomes a concern with the process. There are things we should be concerned with about the process, but it's not that important. And if we overemphasize the importance of the process, it minimizes the importance of the relationship. Right? And then we go back to the thinking, chanting is a process, it's not a process. Well, it is a process, but at the same time, it's a relationship. And a relationship is not a process. Relationship is a relationship, and a process is a process. And if you make chanting a process, then you don't need the relationship, you don't need your heart. You just need to perfect the process. That's called smarta. You do the ritual perfectly, bingo, success, good karma, everything's great. That's not the goal. So if you have a nature where you're hung up, not hung up, if you have a nature where you're more like, how long does it take? Like I need to know how long it takes. That's your nature. Like maybe I don't know, maybe it's the nature of your job, everything has to be like perfect. But it's not that way with chanting. Thank you. Okay, who else would like to share?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. My friend Sadhak, he shared that after 7 a.m. day doesn't exist. So he started his chanting with that mode, and he felt nice today. So and yesterday's whatever you shared, those are really helpful in today's chanting. So I tried myself with few stuff. Like my chanting is literally like earlier, like I was actually I'm in.
Maybe you could come over here.
Okay.
It's hard to hear you.
So
even though it's coming out of the
earlier,
speaker.
it's a kind of like, I saw your t-shirt, ignorance is a choice.
Yes.
So my chanting earlier, it was a ignorance actually, like I'm doing it purposely. If we want to do the good japa, we will actually do. That is in our hands.
You want to go in my room and you can put that shirt on and show everybody, remind them?
Yeah.
I think it'll fit you, a little tight, but it should show your muscles, it's okay. Yeah. That'll be good. One Japa workshop, every principle I taught, I had a t-shirt. I had like 20 t-shirts. And every principle I taught, I put on a t-shirt. And at the end of the workshop, we had 20 students wear the t-shirts, and we reviewed the whole thing on t-shirts. Thank you. Sarthak was making the point that if you want to be able to focus, you have to not engage your mind in the future, but you have to just engage your mind in the future when the future comes, and before the future, just engage your mind with Krishna. Like this is not even, it's not Saturday yet. It's just transcendental time. We're not even, beyond, it's not Saturday, it's not anything. We're not in the material world. At that point, we're just chanting. It's just Krishna and I chanting. We're not here. And then 7 o'clock or whenever, then we land, and then we deal with our stuff. Before that, we're not here. If Krishna took you, why don't you think you could put it on, or it's too short? I think, no, I want you to wear it. You think it'll fit? It's a little big on me, probably a little tight on you, but it's okay. What if Krishna took you back to Godhead? What would you say? I'm kind of busy, when are we going to get back? Okay, there he is, our model. Ignorance is a choice. I'm going to donate that t-shirt to you, so you can have it, okay? We have a website with these t-shirts. I didn't bring any with me, but we can tell you about it. Yeah, you can take off your other shirt and wear that. Yeah. Krishna says, let's go back to Godhead, and you say, how long? I'm kind of busy today. When are we getting back? Hare Krishna. Who else would like to share? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So my partner is Vishwat. So based on this exercise, what I learned is sharing your japa has made me aware about my quality of my japa. just by doing this exercise. So that
Yes,
self-awareness has come in.
Yes.
Because usually when I do japa, I don't share it with others, like how I
Yes.
do it, how I did it.
Exactly.
So this self-awareness came from this exercise. Secondly, based on yesterday's workshop, today I was able to concentrate or pay attention to more of my japas, like mantra chanting. Initially, like initially I was to pay attention, I was able to pay attention to only few mantras at a time. But now the numbers have increased. So initially it was 10 mantras, now it's 20. So the increase in attention is there because of yesterday's workshop. So this is what I would want to share. Thank you.
And after those 20, Krishna's wondering, where did you go? And when are you coming back? If you personalize japa, it makes a complete difference. Because I think we tend to impersonalize it. It's a process, it's a mantra. You just chant it so many times you'll get an effect. No, it's a person. And so if I go away, Krishna's wondering, wait a minute, you were just here. Where did you go? And why are you calling me with your back towards me? So if you think in those terms of a personal relationship, then it doesn't make sense to not be present, right? Remember yesterday I said, the cause of all offenses is that we don't acknowledge the name is Krishna. We don't imbibe that this is Krishna. So if it's not Krishna, it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to just chant like a robot with no bhav, no emotion. But if that's Krishna, it's much harder to do that. And it naturally calls you, if it's a relationship, to express your feelings as you would in any relationship. So just that, personalizing the holy name, can make a huge difference. Because that's the problem, I think. Because if I'm chanting the holy name and I'm not cognizant, this is Krishna. I don't have my awareness. I'm not reminding myself. It's a kind of impersonalism, in a sense. Maybe not philosophical impersonalism, but relational impersonalism. Isn't it? And isn't it interesting that we've heard a million times that Krishna is present in His holy name? And it's like, it has to get in here. If it just stays in here, we'll still make offense. If it gets in here, then everything changes. Oh, Krishna's here. And Krishna's allowing me to connect with Him, and He wants me to connect. So meditate on this. You're chanting your rounds, and Krishna wants you to think of Him more than you're thinking of Him. He wants you to connect more than you're connecting. He wants you to chant good rounds more than you do. Because He wants you to love Him, and He wants you to come back. And that is true for Prabhupada. And that is true for the whole disciplic succession. They're all backing you. You know, you ever seen that experiment? I don't know if they call it experiment, an exercise they do. They line kids up. They're all in a straight line, and they say, take a step forward if you have both parents at home. Take a step forward if you've never been denied a meal. Take a step forward if your parents are both alive or healthy like that. And some kids are way forward and some kids are way back, right? Why did I say that? I really forgot. What was the point I was making? Oh yeah. So it's like your parents. I just saw one of these the other day. It was like daughters. The mother wanted the daughter to appreciate the father and said, have you always had 3 meals? And, did you have a bike before you were 6 years old? Did you have pizza before you were 10 years? Like all these things. The daughter just started crying. She didn't realize how much she was given that it's the same way with the disciplic succession. Basically, has our disciplic succession given us everything we need to be completely pure? Yes. And they've given more, right? They're completely behind us. They're pushing us. More. They're pushing us more than we want to be pushed. And so, if you think like this, it makes it easier. You think, oh, how will I become Krishna conscious? The whole disciplic succession is holding you up. What are you talking about? And they're holding you up, and Krishna's got his hand out. Like, you can't lose if you just go along, right? Just get on the subway, get on the train. So, yeah. So if we think in personal terms, it's much easier. If we think in process terms, then you have to be really mind controlled to just focus on a mantra, which is not a person. Yes? Yeah, so that's important. Who else would like to share their experience, good or bad?
Hare Krishna. I was reflecting that having done this Japa workshop years ago, pre-kids, versus now, we were talking this morning, trying to apply the principles in this stage of life is certainly a little bit mind-boggling. Yeah. I know logically it's like wake up earlier and get it done, but practically no, life happens with kids and it doesn't practically work out. So I was just reflecting with Radharani that now, initially when I'd done the Japa workshop, it was like, okay, it'll take me a few rounds to get into the zone and then gun through and then it'll be focused. But now if you just literally have time to do patchwork, like few here, few there, I need to up that skill to be able to zone in at that time. So in that round itself, be able to zone in and not be like, hey, it's okay, a few rounds later, I'll get into it. So that was sort of a reflection that I'm like, different stage of life, but being able to apply the principle to appropriately in this stage.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember as a young devotee, it would always take a few rounds to get into it, sometimes 6, 7, 8. And I completely discarded that whole idea. And now my idea is first bead. You should arrive at the first bead, which is why I wrote those Japa affirmations books. So you create the mood before you start. You don't wait for it. You don't have to. Because you're creating the mood. What you're saying is, what you're saying and what I used to think is, I'm waiting for the holy name to reciprocate. Okay, that's fine. Why don't you start by putting your emotion into it? Then it can immediately reciprocate with your emotion. And when you say, I'm waiting for the holy name to reciprocate, really what's happening is it's taking you a while before you give. And then the holy name's reciprocating to what you gave. So if you give it in the beginning, then you get it in the beginning. You don't have to wait. And if we take on board everything we talked about yesterday and do that before we begin chanting, then when you begin chanting, you're already starting at a high level. Like the level maybe you didn't even get to before. You can get even higher right away. So that's why I was giving that analogy of you touch your beads. And you basically, when you touch your beads to chant your first round, you're kind of connected with all your past japa at that moment, good or bad. And so if every day it's bad, we connect with bad and we start with like, oh, it's going to be hard and I've got to work up from bad. But you don't have to. And even better news is, if you chant well every day, then when you put your hand in your bead bag, you automatically will start there. You'll start good because that'll be what's in your consciousness. And there's another thing, which is, you got to listen to this because this is really important. Bhaktisiddhanta said, if I do not chant properly, faith will not develop, because faith develops by experience. So Well, faith will develop in a negative way. If I'm chanting and I have bad experiences, then my faith in the holy name is that it's difficult. That's what I will believe. It's difficult to chant, it's not sweet. Kirtan is sweet, japa is not. That's what I will develop. If I chant properly, then I will get a taste. And what will happen? Because I get a taste, my faith increases. Yes? So it's really dangerous to chant bad japa because it undermines faith. And every time, every day we chant bad japa, we make it harder for ourselves the next day. Don't we? Every day we chant good japa, we make it easier for ourselves the next day. Think about that. Do you want faith? We all know this. We all have experience. If you chant poorly at a certain point, it's so hard to chant because there's no taste. Right? You just chant. It's like for lack of a better word, it's like drinking cement, basically. Like if you had to give a visual of bad japa, what would it be? Or a visual to relate your experience. Something like eating sand, drinking cement, right? Eating clay. That's if you like it, being hungry. Yeah. And if you like it, what's it like? It's like lemonade with a touch of mint leaf on a hot day. Cheesecake. What flavor? Chocolate? So, now if we think about what we're doing to ourselves by chanting bad japa, we're making it really hard on ourselves the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And it becomes a vicious cycle. Because if it's bad one day, it's harder to make it good the other day. And then at some point, I think all of us have gone through this experience where we just checked out. We're checked out. It's just going to be, I promise to chant my rounds. I've checked out. They're just going to be bad. And I'll just struggle through it. I'll scroll through it. I'll watch videos through it. I'll do something to get through it. I'm checked out. Can you relate to that? Have you ever chanted checked out japa? Yeah, it's like, that means I've given up. But when you apply what we've learned yesterday, it changes. Krishna reciprocates. And you know what also is changing, which is so simple, but we don't think of it. We are putting some emotion into it. And if we're putting devotion and emotion, what do you feel? You feel emotion and devotion. That's what you feel. So if you say, my japa is like dry sand, well, why don't you, spit out the sand and put some lemonade in? I mean, you can do that. Lemonade in the form of, oh Krishna, please help me. Oh Krishna, I want to love you. Oh Krishna, I want to please you. We can do that. So when you say I don't feel anything, the simple answer is, okay, well, feel something. Right? Put something into it. Right? We were talking yesterday. You weren't here. We were talking yesterday. That automatically happens in kirtan, right? Because as soon as you sing, what happens? Heart opens. It just boom, it opens. Immediately there's feeling. That's why we don't get bored with it. And we get bored with japa because if we're not careful, we check out. Because we're trying to do it as a process and there's no relationship. So we check out. It's just a process. And it's like impossible to control the mind. It's just, you can't do it. But when you're attracted to something, you're fixed. It's not hard to control the mind. Oh, Krishna, please help me. I'm fallen. I need your mercy. That's not hard to control that mind, is it? But the mind of just hear and just listen. You've got to be like a pretty elevated yogi to stay on that level. And we can't do it, and it's a lot of work. And then you get tired. And it's like, wow. Finish your rounds and like, well, I have to take a nap. That was hard. Do you ever feel like that? Like it was so hard trying to control my mind that after my rounds I'm exhausted. But if you chant properly after your rounds, you're inspired, right? Isn't it? Yeah. Did you want to say anything else? No? Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for yesterday's session and this morning so far. So my partner was Tharani, and we both had the same takeaway that we reflected on this morning, which is that we are so fortunate to know Krishna and to know the holy name, because such a small portion of people in this city, what to speak of globally, know Krishna. So it just, for me, like when I reflected on that this morning, just made me take the japa a little bit more seriously. And actually, I've been reflecting a lot on the fact that it would be so scary, life would be so scary to not know Krishna and to not know the holy name. I also took the opportunity to read some affirmations out loud from your book, and that was really nice because I also thought it was different, that I felt like I was talking to Krishna in a way that I don't speak to him, and it really made the point that he is a person real.
Yes.
It's so weird to say out loud, Krishna, I'm so grateful to chant, and I'm approaching you, and then start to chant. I felt so strange doing it, and then I realized, well, it's because you don't see the holy name as a person, and you don't actually see Krishna as a person, which is why this conversation is really strange. But the one challenge...
That's a really good point. Can you say that again in case anyone was not listening?
So I said some of the affirmations from Mahatma Prabhu's book this morning, and I felt so strange saying to my deity in my home altar, like, Krishna, thank you for letting me chant. I'm so grateful, and saying these things to him. And I realized the reason I felt so strange is because I don't really believe in my heart that he is a person and that the holy name is a person. And saying it in English, which is the language that I think in and that I speak in, is also interesting. And even this morning when we were saying Param Vijayate in the translation, I just realized it's nice to sing the prayers in the Bengali language and the Sanskrit language, but to say it in a language that like resonates with me in my heart, and your affirmations are in English, like that was like, whoa, I'm having a conversation with Krishna in a way that like is deep, in a language that resonates with me. Because we sing prayers and sometimes the translation, we don't always think about the words that we're singing. We'll do Guru Puja or whatnot, even the Shikshashtakam. So thank you for that.
Want to hear something funny?
I would love to.
You just reminded me. Actually, I gave 2 workshops here in Toronto, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. One workshop was on prayer, and there's a song, Manasa Deha Geha Yokinchu More. I give my body, mind, words, everything to you, and Krishna, you can give me life or you can kill me, whatever you want. So I said, have any of you chanted this song, Manasa Deha Geha? And everybody said yes. And then I said, I didn't tell them what it meant. I said, would any of you go to the deities right now and say, Krishna, if you like, you can kill me? And no one raised their hand. I said, you sang that. You didn't even know it. Just to underscore your point. I'm working on recording the entire Shikshashtakam in English. And that was one of them. That song I sang is being worked on right now in London. So yeah, I'm excited. It has a different effect. Pray for me that we get it done. It's not easy. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I think the mic is still on. So when thinking about, like, one of the affirmations that I read this morning was number 10, and it ends on one of the points you just made, that, I chant the holy name, praying to Krishna to help me to become qualified to go back to Godhead, knowing that he wants me to come to him at the end of my life. And actually, after the session yesterday, I was talking to another participant, and this is so hard to believe, that after all the times that I've messed up and all the time that I've wasted, like really wasted, that if I'm sincere and I'm repentant, that Krishna would want me to come to him at the end of this life.
Yes.
It's just hard to believe. And
Yes.
so it's just like, how do I believe it in my heart? And it's...
You will believe it by Sunday night. If it's the last thing I do, you will believe it, because that's part of what we're going to do. Because who was I talking to? Maybe it was talking to you, I was saying, I think one of the biggest problems in ISKCON, and you're not going to, nobody's probably said this, I think one of the biggest problems in ISKCON is that there's even one devotee in this movement who doesn't fully believe that Krishna loves them unconditionally. I think that's a huge problem. And you're not alone. There's a lot of them. And how can I fully give myself to someone that I don't believe will accept me and love me?
Exactly.
How can I give myself to the holy name if there's some resistance? So we have to get into this. I have some things that I will read that are amazing about Krishna's love. Like completely amazing, like beyond what you could imagine. And we're going to do an exercise also. And that exercise will convince you, I'm sure. Everything I read and the exercise is going to convince you that Krishna loves you. And if you told me, Mahatma, I love you, and I said, no, I don't really think so, how do you feel? Yeah, rejected. Of course, we think, well, Krishna's not, he doesn't have like psychological issues and abandonment issues, you know. But if you have them, they came from him. So he's got them, you know. If Radharani leaves him, he's got abandonment issues big time, right? So, so we say to Krishna, you know, I have a doubt that you love me. And Krishna's like, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. Think about it. Anyway, we'll talk more about it. It's really important for japa. It's really important for our bhakti to give ourselves to Krishna. I have to give myself so freely that I know when I jump off the mountain, he'll catch me. But if like, Krishna, I'm not sure, you know, because like, you know, I did lots of bad stuff. What if when I'm jumping, you look at me and go, nah, not you, you know. You can fall. That is almost, to me, this is going to sound heavy, and I don't have any shastra. Maybe it's there somewhere. But to me, it's an offense to think that Krishna doesn't love me because of my own whatever experiences in life and my own psychology. That's an offense to him. Like you know, you're second guessing Krishna. You know, or you think my guru doesn't love me, Prabhupada doesn't love me. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk more. Thank you for that. That's really important. In case you didn't know, the holy name is a person. And you have a relationship with him. And you're not chanting in a process. It's not mechanical. Well, we know we're chanting in a process when we chant mechanically, just to get our rounds done. Then we've processed it. But when you chant in a relationship, you chant with affection, emotion, devotion, and of course presence. Same thing. But you, like we said last night, like Damayanti was saying, you know, everyone is told when they chant japa, just pronounce in here. If anyone ever tells you, you just chant in here, that's all. Say, is there anything else? I will read what else there is. This just came up a couple of days ago. I'm so happy when things that I've taught for like 20 years come up as a quote from Prabhupada, that I didn't have the quote. I just understood it. All I have to do is find it. Hare Krishna. Oh yeah, here it is. The efficacy of the holy name depends on the quality of feeling of the chanter. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:8-26. The efficacy of the holy name depends on the quality of feeling of the chanter. So this proves I didn't make it up. If you were doubting. If you're doubting me. I just heard you just chant. I mean, Prabhupada says, just chant in here. He does say that. But the problem is, should I read it one more time? The efficacy of the holy name depends on the quality of feeling of the chanter. Hare Krishna. where it's from, 1:8:26, I believe. Yeah. Purport. Okay, anyone else? Yeah. Yes. Anyone else want to share? Can someone share some struggle they have this morning? Yes.
My struggle was to just remain steady in that mood in which I started chanting. Right. It was very nice when I prayed. It was very nice when I was hearing my voice. Keeping my eyes closed was helping me, but just being in that mood, in that access was very difficult for me. I felt like I'm just continuously fighting with something.
Yeah. Well, I can explain why. How many times have you not chanted in that mood? That's what you're fighting with. It's become a habit. So this is good you brought this up. When you come to a Japa workshop, what you're doing is trying to create new habits that go against, you're trying to create better Japa habits. Even if you chant well, you can always chant better. You can always improve. But we're coming into what we're used to, and that is ingrained in our minds. And it's like ingrained everywhere. Our mind, our body, you just naturally will chant a round or two well and just go off. And then, come back at 16 and realize, I've been off for the last 14. I'm not saying you, but that is not uncommon. And we do that. How long have you been chanting? 16 rounds? All right. If you do something every day for 2 hours for 4 years, you get good at it, whatever it is. Like you could pick up an instrument now, and you practice that instrument every day for 2 hours, you'll be really good at it, even though you start this late, right? Even you can learn a language. Every day, 2 hours, practice a language, you'll be speaking fluently, maybe in 3 years or 2 years. So we're learning how to improve, coming in from the way we used to do it. So when we try to improve, what happens after a while? The habit kicks in. So now let's understand what we're doing. We're trying to create new habits. How do we create new habits? Through practice of those habits. And what do you have to do when you want to create a new habit? You have to practice against the old habit. And the old habit's going to say, do it this way. It's comfortable. The old habit is comfortable. The new habit is not comfortable. That's the problem. Even though you're getting a taste and nectar, it's out of your comfort zone. So go like this. This is a good exercise. Hold your hands like this. Notice what hand's on top. My left hand's on top. Okay. Everybody, not just her, everybody. Okay, now I'm going to take my hand out. The left hand's on top. I'm going to put the right hand on top. It's kind of awkward. So put the opposite hand on top. Everybody. That feels really awkward. Doesn't feel comfortable. We're not used to it. That's what it's like, change your japa. You just like, don't you want to just go back to the other one? Because this is like, feels weird, doesn't it? Like it's not comfortable. So you want to go back to this. So our comfort zone is bad japa. Because bad japa, you just chant and you don't have to do anything. Right? Like, there's really no effort. Just, schnick, stick, ram, ram, schnick, stick, ram, it's like it's effortless. But to actually make an effort is like, well, I'm not used to that. And I have to think that Krishna's in his name. I have to connect. I have to pray. I have to try to listen. I have to isolate everything in my life other than Krishna. I have to give this morning completely to Krishna. I don't get any of it for myself. I'm not used to that. But what did I say last night? The goal of this workshop is to make it impossible to chant bad japa, to cause you to forget once and for all. I don't know how to do it. The only way you can do that is through practice, again and again. So when the conditioning, the habit kicks in, you catch yourself, you stop, and you wind yourself up again and say, no, we're not doing that anymore. And you practice. Practice, practice. Eventually, you'll get so practiced, when you start chanting, everything you learned here, you will do. You don't have to look at your notes. It's all become embodied. This is how you chant. That's the goal, to embody what we're learning. So much so that as soon as you put your hand in your bead bag, it's like a program goes off in your mind. You know what to do. Like, I'm not going to chant like this. I don't. That's what I used to do. But now, when I've embodied everything through practice, when I put my hand in my bead bag, it's immediately Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I know, close the world, pray, listen. That's just what I do. Because that's proper japa. And I've reprogrammed myself so well, so deeply, to what proper japa is. It's really hard to chant bad japa. It's like it's like when you're good at something and you know how to do it, it's really hard to go back to the old way. Right? That's the goal. But you have to practice. That's what I was saying before. That's the reward of practice, that you embody it. So if you remember that when it's difficult, you remember it, then it'll pull you back. Has anyone ever chanted japa with Radhanath Swami? Any of you? Or seen him chant? Yeah. The way he chants, yeah, he's like, I think, can I try to imitate him? We're from the same religion, the same age. So, kind of look the same in some way. I'm not that advanced, but I'll try to imitate. Imitation's good, yeah. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Isn't it something like that? Yeah. So, if you see him 20 years ago, he's doing it. 10 years ago, last year, today, tomorrow. That's the way he chants. It's embodied. And you will notice that he's not the only one, but I chanted with him once, and I was like, oh, yeah. That's how he chants. And I see him, like when I'm in Mayapur and he's there for the festival, I noticed. Yeah, it kind of stands out, so I noticed. But the fact is, senior devotees who have a taste for the holy name, you look at them, it's the same thing. They do it the same way every day. They've embodied it. It's just how they do it. You know? Just like if you play mridanga, he's good at mridanga. You don't play bad one day and good one day. Right? Jai Jagannath. You don't, like, if you're good at mridanga, you don't know how to play bad mridanga because you practice. Right? Like, can you play that beat poorly? I don't know how. I only know how to play it right. That's what I practice. So that's what we want to do. And if you can do that, wow, you're good. Back to Godhead. Your name's on the list. Yeah. So we want to go back to this other point, which I want to make, which is so important. We are not going to become Krishna conscious because of our power, but we're going to become because of our effort. And there's a difference. Did that confuse you? We're not going to become Krishna conscious because of our power, but we're going to become Krishna conscious because of our effort. This is very interesting. By my power, my strength, I cannot become Krishna. I cannot conquer Maya. I cannot pull myself up. That's not possible. But by my effort, I can attract Krishna's mercy, and he will pull me up. So effort is extremely important, because it sounds like, well, what's the use of my effort? I can't go back to Godhead by my effort alone. No, you can't go back to Godhead by your strength, but you can by your effort. Now listen to what Bhaktisiddhanta said. This is so important. He said, an offense to the holy name is when you don't try to avoid the offense. That's the offense. It's the lack of effort which is the offense. Isn't that interesting? So, like, if you're trying, it's not an offense. It's an offense when you don't try. How many times have you chanted japa and just like, blah, 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 blah? You didn't try. You just pick up your beads like more than you want to count, right? That's the offense. Not that you're like, my mind's wild, I can't control it, but you're trying. It's not an offense. Prabhupada said it. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said it. And listen what else Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said. He said, unless we make our best efforts sincerely, we cannot attract the mercy of the Lord. So it's like, here's a button that says mercy on it, right? You have to hit that button. How do you hit that button? By your effort. Your effort moves the lever, and then the mercy comes. And how do you become Krishna conscious? By mercy. Not by your own, not by your own effort, but yes, by your effort. You know? It's like you ask your father, will you give me $100,000 to start a business? And he wants to see, he goes, start a lemonade business in front of the house. Let's see how you do. And then start a car wash. Go around the neighborhood, wash cars. Let's see how he wants. So you make all this effort at a certain point. He says, yeah, I think you can run a business. Here's 100,000. So you didn't earn the 100,000, but you made the effort that attracted it. We don't earn the wealth of love of Krishna, but we make the effort that attracts it. And love of Krishna is given to you. It's not, you can't get it anyway. So unless we make our best efforts sincerely, we cannot attract the mercy of the Lord. And the mercy is everything. If we don't have mercy, you might as well go home right now, because we're wasting time. How much mercy is there in the holy name? The holy name is the greatest mercy. The greatest mercy that Krishna has ever given. The greatest wealth is in the holy name. How do you get the mercy out of the holy name? By your effort. Which therefore, the worst thing is just to chant. Are you chanting or just chanting? The worst thing is just chanting. Well, it even gets worse. Are you chanting or are you chatting? Chat and be happy. Sometimes we don't even chant, we just chat. But are you just chanting or are you actually chanting? Because if you're just chanting, you're not getting the mercy. And you can feel it. I think one of the worst feelings for a devotee is to chant improperly. Because you feel, in a sense, more disconnected from Krishna when you chant poorly than when you do when you chant well. Isn't it? It's really depressing. We need mercy. Yes or yes? Turn to the person next to you and say, I need mercy. Yeah. Without mercy, we're nothing. And by mercy, you can become amazing. You can do amazing things that you could never otherwise do. So, would you like to take a break for like 15 minutes? Okay. If you didn't buy all my books yesterday, you can buy them today. And we have these Nishinga Kavachas that my wife makes. She told me to sell them all, otherwise she's going to kick me out of the house. So if you can buy some, that would be nice. They're silver, Nishinga Kavachas. I have to tell you a history, the history of this necklace. I'll put it on. Of course, it's for women, but... So my wife, I don't know, she saw this or she liked it and she kind of designed it. And she'd come back, every time she wore this, she said, I've never worn this without someone asking me, where did you get this necklace? So she said, well, I think I should start a business and a website. I'm like, yeah, sure, you'll never do that. Anyway, she did it, but she kind of dropped it. And now we have all these necklaces. And she said, can you sell them? So there's a kavacha and some flowers, I guess, from Lord Nrsingadev in there, Nrsinga kavacha. It's kind of weighty, it's all silver, and semi-precious stones. These are rose quartz, we have pearls, we have all kinds of things. And we're selling them for the price they sell in America in Canadian dollars. So get them while they last. And she'll be really happy with me if I sell them all. Because I travel a lot, so it's like, she's alone, my daughter's in India, and so she's like, if we bring back a little extra Lakshmi, she's like, okay, I guess it was worth it. And so you can make her happy, and guys, you can make your wives happy, and ladies, you can make yourselves happy. So, okay, how about 11:45, we come back? We'll start a little kirtan. Hare Krishna. Krishna Govinda. So, we talked about a lot of things last night. I covered a lot of ground, and I covered it. I could have covered all of that in 5 days. I covered it in 2 hours. And what I think is extremely important, based on my experience in doing this, is we have to keep hearing the same thing, because it has to sink beyond our head. Last night was kind of got in the head, and some may have sunk. We need to sink it more. As I was saying, sink it to the point where it just becomes who you are. And I have a story for you, just to explain this. There, I don't know when it was, 15 years ago, there was a killing in the Amish community. And they forgave the killer. And then one pastor gave a lecture, and he said, it was amazing that they forgave the killer. And he said, but actually, it wasn't a decision. It was because they are people who forgive, so they didn't have to decide to forgive. They had embodied it. Isn't that nice? Like when you embody something, there's no more discussion, there's no more decision. Do we embody vegetarianism? Yeah. Every time you drive by McDonald's, do you have to make a decision not to eat there? No. So when you hear about something enough and you embody it deeply, then it just becomes who you are. And that's what we want to do. You become a good japa chanter. So the way I would like to discuss what we discussed last night, for the benefit of everyone who was here last night, to go over it, and the benefit of everyone who wasn't here last night, and the benefit of those who were here last night who forgot everything I said. So for the benefit of those 3 groups of people, the way we'll do this is I just want to ask you to raise your hand and tell me something you remember from last night. Specifically, perhaps, something that's relevant to you, that was meaningful to you. And we'll hear from enough of you, and then it'll give me a chance to explain it a little further, and we'll go from there. Who has the microphone?
Hare Krishna. So what I vividly remember from last night was, if we are attentive during deity worship, why can't we be attentive during chanting? Because it's non-different.
Beautiful. And we had mentioned that this is the sound incarnation. Krishna in sound, Shabda Brahman. There's no difference. And there's a lecture when Prabhupada said that. He said, this is kind of heavy. If you think about it, he said, when the curtains open, you bow down. So why are you not bowing down when you start chanting? Because the same Krishna is appearing. You should bow down to that holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's why I said, if you're just conscious that Krishna is there when you chant, pretty much eliminates all the other offenses. Or at least offensive distraction. Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So yesterday you had spoken about pressing the red button and the green button. So I really kind of visualized like pressing the red button and all my thoughts just clearing out and able to chant so much better and attentively.
Yeah,
so that really helped me.
It worked for you, yeah. So, okay, let's everyone take note of this. Now, some of you may have tried the red button and find that it was hard, or the red button, turned into the green button and like that. So, I think in order to do this, it takes practice and, really, like, what am I trying to do when I hit the red button? I'm like a visual might be, I'm trying to like surround myself with a bubble. Well, thinking. Trying to surround myself with a bubble, right? And my life is, or I would say, I'll just go back to God. Why don't we just say this? When you hit the red button, that's a sign to go back to Godhead for the next however long you're chanting, and just don't return until you finish. I think that's easier than trying to turn this world off. Just go out of it. Now we're going to Vrindavan with Krishna. It's just me and Krishna time in Vrindavan. Nothing else. That's it. We chant. That's the red button on steroids. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My favorite part was the example you were giving of not getting divorced. Basically, what I used to do earlierly was just focusing that, oh, I have to get the 16 rounds done. But it is more about the connection with Krishna and you are honoring him.
So we want to remember the statement, chanting is not just a process, it's a relationship. And when you digress into process, then you're not really chanting the way you're supposed to be chanting, and you're not therefore getting the effect that you should be getting. And what is the sign that we're not getting the effect? We lack inspiration, we lack realization, we lack taste. And that's sad, because you need all those to advance, right? And so we're depriving ourselves of those three things by just doing it mechanically. I think doing it mechanically is also a sign of laziness, because it doesn't take much effort. It doesn't take effort to do something without really doing it well, does it? Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Just on that one, there was a nice analogy that you shared yesterday that was powerful, that just chanting the number of rounds or keeping your vows, you said, is admirable, but you don't reap the benefits. So it's like being in a marriage with somebody and just not getting divorced, but you don't really have a nourishing relationship.
Yes. It is admirable if you keep your vow. But you actually didn't keep your vow, because your vow was to chant without offense. I mean, we can say that. Can't we? Like, I keep my vow to chant 16 rounds. I say, no you don't, no you don't. Because your guru recited, or whoever initiated, did this ceremony, recited the 10 offenses. So you vowed to chant 16 without offense. Sri Radha Chira Chora Gopinath Ki Jai, Gaurnitai Ki Jai, Jagannath Swami Ki Jai. Yeah. And I think we could say this for everyone, even if you don't take initiation, but you want to try to chant some rounds, you're actually taking a vow to chant without offense. So I don't want to minimize a person's effort. They take a vow and they follow it. I think it's good. But I also want to bring awareness to that's not what you took a vow to do. Like you didn't take a vow to have a bad marriage. Right, when you get married, the wife will serve the husband will protect the wife, they'll help one another. That's the vow. Yes?
Yesterday, the two things that were very nice for me was that chanting is as same as worshipping, and you gave an example of how Pujari is serving on the altar doing arti, wouldn't answer any phone or would not get distracted. It's the same way Krishna is sound incarnation. And the second one was that feel Krishna's presence in Japa as if he has actually arrived at your home. Mm-hmm. And you pour out your heart, you update them, you share whatever problem we have, we share our desires, we share our challenges. But these two things were very personal.
Yeah, and if you're going to share all those things, you have to be present. You can't be spaced out. It's like, I'm chanting, I'm hearing, I'm present to the holy name, and now I pray. Krishna, please help me. You know what I think when I chant, when I'm really chanting well? I think to myself, Mahatma Das, you now have a competitive advantage because you are absorbed in chanting. You may be lacking in so many ways in your spiritual life. You don't know 10,000 verses. You're not the smartest person around. You don't have the greatest amount of humility. But right now you're listening to the holy name and you're fixed and you're chanting, and this is going to like replace all your deficiencies and handicaps, and you're going to do really well. That's how I feel. I feel like if anybody doesn't do that, it's like I can beat you now. You're better than me, but if you don't do this, I can beat you, because like I'm in the race car. So, and that resolves the issue of, well, I just hear and chant, how can I pray? That's when you pray. When you're hearing and chanting, you're present. You pray to that name that you're chanting. And it's just amazing. I think I could ask God for anything. Wow, that's amazing. Don't you think? Turn to the person next to you and say, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're awake. Yes. Also at this time, if anyone has any questions, they can ask. Yeah, okay.
Hare Krishna, thank you for such a wonderful session.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so yesterday, what I got out of it is, when I chant, I want to have a good relationship. I want to feel like that, I had a good, relationship with Krishna at the end of the chanting. So I feel something, at the end of the chanting.
Yes.
And creating that atmosphere, thank you for giving this opportunity, mantra to connecting with you.
Yes.
That is really good.
That's what it's all about. I mean, that's what Krishna consciousness is, awakening that relationship. And it's really interesting. When I first started chanting, I thought I was chanting to awaken my relationship with Krishna, which is true. But if you're chanting and the holy name's there's already a relationship. Maybe it's not fully awakened, but it's there. You're there, and the holy name is there. Right? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, yesterday what struck me was when you said we don't chant with lips, we chant with our heart.
Yes.
So I tried practicing this morning, and I don't wake up at 4, but I don't know, somehow I got up at 4.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know how that happened. I slept at 12:30, got up at 4. So, so when I was chanting with heart, what I realized is when I took a break in between, my heart was still chanting.
Wow.
So I've never experienced that.
Nice.
So when I'm chanting with lips, it's gone. But because I was chanting with heart, at least the first 2 rounds, the heart was still humming. I don't know.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I felt that today. The other thing was you said about emotions. So I generally do a reflection of emotions, but putting emotions in chanting. I was trying to understand what I'm feeling before chanting to set the consciousness.
Yes.
But there were so many parallel thoughts that I was clueless of what I was feeling.
Really?
And then I was trying to invent things that, okay, it might be this, it might be this, it might be this. But then it was none of that. So then in chanting, something else only happened. So I think that's what I felt. I remember this quote from His Holiness Radhanath Swami. He said that all of us have one fundamental need, to love and to be loved.
Yes.
So sometimes in my chanting meditation, I try to express love to Krishna, but I think today I experienced that I also want him to love me. And love like actually doing things.
I have some good news for you. You don't have to do anything to earn his love. He's already giving it. There's nothing you can do to earn Krishna's love. He's already giving it. It's not to be earned, it's to be received. So you don't have to want it, it's already there, you just have to receive it. Nice, huh? I want to say something. Last night, you remember, I think, Damayanti was asking, like how do you feel, and is it a thought? And I was saying the feeling should be something that's real for you. And Prabhupada said the Maha Mantra means, Krishna, please engage me in your service. And what's really meant by that, I think I explained a little, not that I just want service, but I want the mentality of I'm servant of the servant of the servant. And you know what Prabhupada said? the more you're a servant, the sweeter it gets. The more you're a servant of the servant, the sweeter, sweeter, sweeter. So, I think this world is meant for my enjoyment. That's the problem. If I didn't think that way, I wouldn't have a body. I have the body because that's my bhav. I want to enjoy this world, right? You like good food, you like good smells, you like good sounds. Of course, we all like it. And when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna, I want to be a servant, which means I do not want to be the enjoyer any longer. I want to be your servant. That's what it means. And we all can feel that need deeply because that's why we're here, right? That's the entanglement. So that's something you can feel naturally. Oh Krishna, please engage me in your service, which also means give me the mood of a servant. And you want to hear another one that's beautiful? I'm not sure who said this. Please bring my heart closer to your heart. Make what's in your heart in my heart. Make what's in my heart in your, make my heart reflect what you want. I think we all want that, don't we? That's what the Maha Mantra means. It's beautiful. And another meaning of the mantra, which I think we can relate to, is, please accept me. Because you were saying that, I want Krishna to love me, and I'm saying, well, he already does. But your feeling is it's how devotees feel. Krishna, can I come back into this relationship, or am I, is the door shut on me forever? And of course, by Mahaprabhu's mercy, the door is not shut. But sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we doubt it. And so we say, Krishna, please accept me. Accept me back. I want to be your devotee. So that's a mood we can all relate to. And another time Prabhupada said, oh my friend, the meaning of the Maha Mantra is, oh my friend. Oh my friend. Who's a better friend than Krishna? In fact, I have a song. Would you like to hear it? Okay. Okay, I need a mridanga player. You know any mridanga players? We need the harmonium again. So, some of you know this song, and I have to tell you the history of this song. It's quite interesting. I was, as I said, I've been writing songs in English, and the reason I wanted to write in English was what Radhika said, is like when you know what it means, if you're just chanting it, you don't know what it means, you don't connect to the emotion, because maybe on some subtle, unconscious level. And I thought, well, we're chanting the Maha Mantra, and in all my workshops, I teach devotees what the mantra means. That's like one of the basic foundations. You have to, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, you have to connect with what it means. Any mantra, you have to have an emotional connection to what it means. So I thought, well, why not just sing it what it means in English? That way everyone will get it. And that's what I did. And that's what we're going to do now. And it goes like this. O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. O my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Some of you know this. If you don't know it, just listen and you can start singing. I have done this with people who've never chanted before. And I've done this with people who've done kirtan before. And I've done it with devotees. And it works with everyone because it helps us connect. So what we're going to do is we're going to chant. We're going to try to imbibe the meaning as we sing it. And at some point, unknown to you, I will start chanting the Maha Mantra. And at that point, we want to take that mood. Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. We want to imbibe one or all of those moods in chanting. Then we're going to do kirtan. And then we're going to build it up just to the point where it's starts to take off, and we're going to stop it at that point, and I'm going to say, hold your mood right there, because we're going to bring your emotion up through kirtan. Hold that mood, and at that point we're going to chant Japa, holding that same mood we had in the kirtan. Because it's so easy to get it in the kirtan. We're going to be fully vibrating Krishna, please engage me, please accept me, bring my heart. And we're going to do kirtan, and we'll hit the climax. And then you can take your beads out at that point. It's amazing. Are you ready? O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend. Can you show her what to do? Closer to your heart, O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. O Radha, O Krishna, please engage everybody in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. O Radha, in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your... Everybody. O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh, my friend, please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Bring my heart to your heart. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Bring my heart to your... A little louder. Bring my heart closer to your... One more time. Bring my heart to your heart. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Krishna, my friend, please accept me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Oh Radha, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh my friend, please accept me. Please accept me. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Bring my heart closer to your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. A little louder, please. Chant like you mean it. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One more time, with more bhakti. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Open your heart. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hold that mood and start chanting japa. Keep that mood going. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I don't want to stop you. I know you want to chant for another 3 hours, but one of my favorite activities is to stop devotees from chanting japa when they don't want to stop. Then you're like, give me more, I want more, give me more. That's my goal, is to have you hanker. So I want to tell you something you may or may not know, but when I was a young devotee, I'm trying to remember our schedule, but when I was a young devotee, I think our schedule was like 10 to 1 Harinam, 1 to 2 lunch, and 2 to 6 Harinam. So that's 7 hours. And then 2 or 3 days a week, we went out another hour or two. So it's like 7. And Saturday, we didn't come back for lunch. So Saturday was, I think, 10 to like 9 or something. So it's a lot. Anyway, it doesn't matter, 6, 7, 8 hours. And in one temple we went out for a while. We went out till 1 a.m. So you add 6 hours, and then you add from like 8 to 1 a.m. So another 5. So some days we did 11 hours. And I was just remembering when I was chanting here, when we were going on Harinam that long every day, when we chanted japa, it was just like this. Our hearts were always open because we were chanting all day. So, you can imagine 6, 7, 8 hours of kirtan all day. So when you chant japa, you just kind of just chant it like you do kirtan. You just open. Hare Krishna. Kirtan. Opening the heart is not just for kirtan, it's just for japa. We just did this as like an easy way to open your heart. But this is what it's supposed to be like. And people say, well, what's the correlation between japa and kirtan? Now you know. Kirtan opens your heart so that you can open your heart when you chant japa. Right? So would anyone like to share their experience from this? Yes. Microphone? Is somebody? Oh. You want to share?
Since I have the microphone, yes.
Great.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for giving this to us all. I really like the addition of, please bring my heart closer to your heart, to the meaning of the Maha Mantra, because it really feels personal. It really helps the heart connect. And I really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to find out. Hold on. I want to see who wrote that. If you ever stole my phone, you have a lot of nectar to read. Well, I think it's all transferable. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'll just read, because you mentioned this. I want to read these. This is the explanation of the Maha Mantra by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the one who said you should meditate on these explanations when you chant. But when you start to meditate on them, you realize they're not explanations. They're not just theological explanations. They're emotions. And these are, I'm sure, coming from his heart, his emotion. O Hari, having captured my mind, please free me from material bondage. O Krishna, and he's going through each word of the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. O Krishna, please attract my mind by pulling it to you. So similar thing. We can send these to you. O Hari, Radha, please capture my mind by your unsurpassed sweetness. O Krishna, please purify my mind with knowledge about devotional service given to me by your own devotee. So in other words, purify my mind to understand pure bhakti. O Krishna, please make me able to relish your transcendental name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc. Like sometimes we chant and say, Krishna, give me an attraction for chanting. Give me a taste. O Krishna, please make me able to relish your O Hari, Radha, please make me fit to serve you. O Radha, please make me able to relish your transcendental name, form, and qualities. O Radha, please direct me to do some particular service to you. Now it's getting esoteric, but you can adjust it to your own realization. Radha, please. Please give me service. May I be of service. O Rama, let me hear about your most cherished pastimes in the company of your dearest devotee. O Radha, please reveal to me your most cherished pastimes with your beloved Krishna. O Rama, please reveal to me your most cherished pastimes with your beloved Radha. So, yeah. O Rama, please engage me in remembering your transcendental name and qualities. Make me fit to serve you while remembering your transcendental name. Radha, having accepted me as one of your own servitors, please enjoy me as you please. Well, he's a Manjari, so he's coming from that platform. And the last one, please enjoy with me in your transcendental way. This is my humble request. In other words, let me be a source of your enjoyment. But this is what he's meditating on when he's chanting. So it gives us an idea that, and this is just one Vaishnavas, the other Vaishnavas have theirs, but it just gives you an idea of the ocean of what can go on while you're chanting. Like whatever is in your heart that you're needing help with, oh Krishna, please. What, please, blank. We're going to do an exercise like that soon if we have time. Okay, you? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Just wanted to share that it felt like my emotions have got some words when
Yes.
these two things like engage me in your service and my heart be closer to your heart. In other ways, like I think we are, of course, it's Krishna's mercy that we are attracted to bhakti or japa, but at the same time, there's another mercy, which is a blessing in disguise. I think it's the sufferings of life, the materialistic situations, which sort of make us feel alone, helpless, and then we go to bhakti, right? So that's a blessing in disguise. So when I've been trying to chant and connect to Krishna, my prayers would keep refining in my head, like I want X, Y, Z for my family or my things, but then I'll just rephrase it in my head that no, I want whatever you want, Krishna.
Yes.
But these two things that you said, they summarize all the prayers. So thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to say one thing. It's so natural when we're connecting with Krishna or God. It's so natural to pray for material things because we need material things, right? Maybe we have health issues, or maybe we have financial issues, or maybe we have some issue. So it's like, well, I'm chanting Hare Krishna and Krishna's there. It's like, well, he's the natural person to ask because he could solve it all. But the Hare Krishna Mahamantra was not given by Lord Chaitanya for that purpose. The Mahamantra was given to help us develop love, not as a mantra to increase or improve our material life or and so forth. We have faith that Krishna will do that. We don't really have to ask. I mean, in extreme danger we may ask. But sometimes we ask reluctantly. Krishna, I don't want to ask, but I don't know who else to ask. And this is, especially if you're responsible for other people. But in general, it's considered an offense to use the Mahamantra to gain something material. It's like you're engaging Krishna for something material. Prabhupada writes and makes an interesting point in a purport that in the story of Gajendra, you remember Gajendra, he was fighting a crocodile and he couldn't win the fight, and in exasperation he prayed to Krishna, please help me. But that came later. And Prabhupada said, he had no one else to go to, and his life was at stake. And so Prabhupada said, generally a devotee, he has faith, like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj did not ask for help. Prahlad Maharaj knew help was there. Like he didn't have to ask, he had faith. But Gajendra asked, and Prabhupada said, sometimes the householders will pray to God for help with their maintaining their household life because they have responsibility for other people. So it's their obligation. Krishna, please help me, you know. I just lost my job and I have to feed my family. Like that. Yes? We're praying, exactly, eternal help. And the material help, a devotee has faith that will come. So that's why he doesn't ask for it. You know, it's like Prabhupada gives the example, a child's asking the father, "Are you going to feed us tonight?" He feeds him every night. What kind of question is that? So that's why a devotee doesn't ask for anything material. And number two, he's satisfied with whatever, according to my karma, I should get, I get. I'm satisfied. And Krishna, you can give, you take away, whatever it is. And sometimes, you know, there's this fear, what if Krishna takes away? Well, what if he gives you too much? He could do that also. You know, as easily, I have too much. I got everywhere I go, people give me things. I have way too much. Krishna gives me too much. So there's this fear he's going to take away. But also sometimes he gives. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, God likes to give you when you don't want it. Like, I will just serve you. I don't want anything. He says, oh, go, take. I want to give you. Because he wants to serve his devotees. And how do you give Krishna an opportunity to serve you? By not wanting anything. And he goes, okay, now if I give you everything, it's not going to have a bad effect on you. So I can give it to you because you don't want it. That's when he gives it. I mean, look at Prabhupada, how much he had. Prabhupada, you know, when he would play with, and he would get interviewed by newspapers, he would play with them. Said, Swamiji, I heard this is a very rich movement. And he goes, yes. We have 100 centers with 10 cars in every center. You know, he'd play with them. Yeah, we are fabulous. Yes, we are fabulously rich. 100 centers, 10 cars in every center. Because he's trying to make the point that we are renunciates. We don't want any of it, but we use it all for Krishna, and Krishna gives it to us. How is it that Krishna gives it? Oh, I just chant this mantra and everything comes. Like, wow, that's amazing, right? Like we have the example of Madhava. You know Madhava. Madhava does kirtan. That's all he does. And he doesn't have to do anything else. And Krishna takes care of him. That means he has faith, right? That means he has faith. I will just chant the holy name. And then whatever Krishna sends, he lives on it. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe if he was working, he'd make more. But okay, I chant Hare Krishna and like magic happens. And that's how the movement started. Prabhupada just chanted Hare Krishna and magic happened, right? Wasn't it? Yes. So, okay.
What if Krishna loves me and his love is unconditional, then why, and so he's anyway protecting me, anyway taking care of me, then why do I need to pray that please accept me? That was the translation.
Yeah, you don't have to. But it's a sentiment. So you have two things. You have a philosophy, a tattva, which is Krishna loves and accepts us. And you have an emotion that I turn my back on Krishna and I want to come back in the relationship, so will you accept me? Please accept me. So it's sometimes we get confused because some things are emotions and some things are truths, and they like opposites. So it's a truth that Krishna loves us. But a devotee feels deep in his heart, in his remorse and humility, that, oh, I have turned my back on Krishna. And I don't deserve the relationship. So even though I know he'll accept me, I come back, you know. Have you ever done that with someone? Like you've heard them, you know they're going to forgive you, but you still ask for it. Please forgive me. I want you to know, Krishna, I want you to know that I want this relationship, and I have, I think I've hurt you. Want to hear something amazing? This is so heavy. We did an exercise a japa retreat. Japa retreat's like 6 days, from 5 a.m. till 9 at night. So we do lots of exercises. And one exercise was, you meditate on Krishna in your heart. And you visualize Krishna in your heart in your favorite form, whatever that form is. And then you visualize Krishna has just sat in front of you. And now you're going to chant japa to that Krishna who's sitting in front of you. Of course, your eyes are closed. And you're just imagining he's sitting there. And so many devotees said, I couldn't look at that form because I had turned my back on Krishna, and I was feeling so guilty that this person, this loving person who I turned my back on, is in front of me and I'm looking at him. It's like if I stole your wife, and now I can't, and now you're like, oh my God, he came, I can't look at you. I feel so embarrassed. So it's that feeling, I think it's a natural feeling. Krishna, I was competing with you instead of serving you for so many lives. And so we're visualizing this picture of Krishna sitting in front of us, and we're feeling guilty. And that's when you say, Krishna, please accept me. But I have good news. I only felt guilty once. The second time I did that exercise, it was all gone. I'm okay. Krishna accepted me, so we're good. We're buddies now. We're okay. We go play together, take prasadam. We're cowherd boys. It's all good. But that's the mood. Like very intense remorse. Look what I did. I turned away. And there's another kind of remorse, which is maybe even worse. It's the remorse of having chanted offensive japa. Like Krishna, not only did I turn away from you, but I turned away from you while I was chanting your name. I neglected you while I was chanting. I was thinking of other things that I thought were more important than you, even while I was chanting your name. So there's a remorse there. I'm sorry, please accept me. I won't do that anymore. You can do that now. Please, from today on, please accept my japa. Please forgive that old japa. From today on, please accept this japa. I'm going to try. From today on, I'm going to try. Yeah. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that we should do that. So remorse is powerful. I think it's missing in it's not missing in Vaishnava philosophy. It's just missing in our practice. It's not like, you have the morning program, you do so many things, and it's not like, okay, now 10 minutes for confession. I confess I chanted really bad rounds, or, I stayed up too late last night criticizing somebody, We don't do that, but we should. And that's what we did when we were talking, when we were reflecting on our japa. It's kind of like, a confession in a sense. You can call it a reflection, but some of you, I'm sure, made some confessions, right? So that's very powerful. So that's please accept me. That's where it comes from. And that please accept me is a very deep emotion. And this is what I believe. I believe that all these emotions I'm talking about, they come to us during kirtan. We just don't name them. But in some way this is how we're feeling, isn't it? Hare Krishna. It's like there's a feeling like, Krishna, I ran a long way from you. Hare Krishna. And I want to come back. And I feel really bad that I did that. And you're so beautiful, and thank you. And it's like all of that's in the kirtan. So why should it not be in the japa? It just naturally comes in the kirtan because singing brings that out. And you're singing to God. Wow, what could be better than that? That's better than doing a rock concert of 50,000 people in a stadium. You can sing to God. Wow, beautiful. Yes.
Remorse. Sometimes, when we're feeling so much guilt that it's almost hard to think about Krishna in a positive way. Of I feel so bad that I don't chant good japa, and then your mind, my mind gets very distracted, and then it's thinking about dinner and lunch. And somebody mentioned that just talk to Krishna about that. But then it feels like if I hurt somebody, why would I go and try to express love to them or have a more
because the solution to your problem is to stop doing what causes you to feel guilty. So then your guilt it's medicinal, it's remedial. It's good. You should have guilt. If you do something wrong, you should feel guilty. But you should stop doing it. Because the problem is if you don't stop, that's when the guilt starts to become toxic. Because I'm saying, Krishna, I'm sorry, and then I do it again. You know, that's like a toxic relationship, a classic toxic relationship between couples. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again, and then you do it again, and again, and again. So, the solution for guilt is to stop doing what's causing you to feel guilty and say, Krishna, I don't want to do this. Please help me. I feel bad about it. And then the other problem is that guilt might mix with a nature, like you might have a nature just to have a guilty conscience. So then it's like it magnifies. Like the guilt, which could be really good spiritually, could enter that material realm. Well, I always feel guilty about everything. So then that makes me feel bad, like all my guilt makes me feel bad. When that guilt for Krishna is actually purifying and different. But we have to keep it in its own world and not allow that to affect us materially, as maybe other things that I feel guilty about happen. But then also, you could work on, like, why do I feel guilty? Why do I always feel guilty? You know, like work that through. You know, maybe that feels like something's wrong with me. I just bother everybody. You know, my existence is just a pain for everybody, and everything I do is bad. You know, you feel like that. You have to work through that, which is not true, of course, but we might think that way for some reason, right? And then if we think that way, then we're going to transpose that onto Krishna. And so he must feel that way about me because everyone else does. You know, so we don't, that's really dangerous because he doesn't feel that way about you. And I don't think anyone feels that way about you, but if you thought they did, then you would tend to think that Krishna must also. And then as we're talking, say, well, that's offensive to Krishna to project on him a feeling, a negative feeling about you that he doesn't have. That's not good, is it? Yeah. So a lot of this I don't believe God loves me stuff has nothing to do with Krishna and everything to do with our experience in this world. Our experience with religion or parents or whatever, authority figures or whatever. Yes. Yes.
So you cannot speak in English.
Okay,
so,
you
yeah.
translate.
So he's just asking that how you asked or how we are praying, make his heart closer to us. Can we do the same to our Guru, like when we are praying?
Yeah. But generally, when you're chanting, it's directed to Krishna. So it's good to pray. You could pray, Krishna, please help me make my heart closer to my Guru. But your chanting is directed to Krishna. One time, the devotee was chanting to Prabhupada's murti, which I always do, or Prabhupada's picture, and he said, why are you chanting to my picture? You're chanting Hare Krishna. So that's something to think about. Like it's, there's so many good prayers, but this is the Mahamantra, this is Krishna we're supposed to give attention to. So. Or I'm thinking of service I have to do for Krishna. So what's wrong with that? I'm thinking of service. Well, it's like I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, and I'm thinking of the service I have to do, so I'm avoiding you. I'm not concentrating on you. So this is Mahamantra, Krishna, bring my heart closer to yours. Please accept me, engage me. That's what we're meditating on, and so many other things. So Krishna, please help me be a better disciple. That's good. That's okay. Please help me. Please help. I always pray, not always, but a lot. I pray, Krishna, please help me serve Prabhupada better. Empower me. Yes.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Again, absolutely amazing workshop just at the beginning. just to kind of touch on Radhika Mangala point about feeling guilty. I know in one of your other workshops and some of your other books I've read, you actually talk about the workshop of self-love, which is monumental and actually so crucial in Krishna consciousness, because you lose this sight of feeling unworthy. Not that you're not good enough, but I'm at this level and I need to improve.
Yes.
So my question is, how can one set up themselves for success? And I know coming from...
Set up themselves for success?
Yes, I know coming from more of like an athletic mindset previously, was perfect practice makes perfect performance.
So everything's about perfect.
Well, yes, if you shoot a soccer ball, you know, with the wrong foot or anything, you know, you could twist an ankle, or you could simply, you know, if you create those habits, you know, in the game situation when it is crucial, that's where you will actually stay the same. So if you want to, my question is, how can you set yourself up for success to perform very good job?
You have to read the. I can tell you how I think, and I think this is kind of natural human psychology. We're not going to be successful at anything we don't think is worth being successful at. We don't think it's important, right? So we have to constantly remind ourselves why japa is important, and because if we don't, then we're going to go back to our old bad habits because we're so used to them. And I would say not even old bad habits, I think that's the way we started. That's just like, you know, when you start chanting japa, you start bad. Because, you know, who can control their mind? And who has a lot of devotion? It's difficult to put that energy into it. So, if we're going to push through, quote unquote, and be successful, it has to be so important in your life for you to be successful at this. And that's not difficult to get there, because if I do this right, I will get love of Krishna. And if I want love of Krishna, then it's easy to do good japa, because good japa gives love of Krishna. And if I want love of Krishna, therefore I do good japa. And therefore, japa becomes the most important activity of my day, because this is the most powerful way to get love of Krishna. And that's what I want. And if I don't do this well, I don't get love of Krishna, I come back again, take birth, do it all over again, because I didn't learn my lesson in this life. I have to take another material body. Why bother? Do you know how many times Prabhupada said, go back to Godhead in this lifetime? Like, that was like a theme song for him. You can do it in this lifetime. So, you know, if you look at anyone who's doing well in Krishna consciousness, I could guarantee you that Krishna consciousness is by far the most important thing in their life 100 times over. Not necessarily that they're better devotees or more spiritually advanced, although that desire may come from being more advanced, but somehow or other, they've cultivated the desire and they've maintained it. So you can cultivate the desire, and Maya will come and try to knock it out. Just dilute it, sidestep it. That's her job. So we always have to cultivate it and keep cultivating and keep reminding ourselves and keep it in the center and keep pushing. Because life happens. And if Maya's doing her job, she's going to try to mess up your japa. So here's one of my famous Mahatma isms. Maya is after your japa. Turn to the devotee next to you and tell them, Maya is after your japa. It's true. Yeah, it's very true. Because if Maya is going to keep you in the material world, she can't if you chant good japa. So she's going to attack it. That's your atomic bomb against Maya. So she's going to blow up your arsenal of nuclear weapons. That's where she goes. And we all know that because we all have experience of that. Have you ever like one day got up and said, today I'm going to chant amazing rounds, and they're like the worst rounds of your life? Be careful when you make a determination. So it's like we always have to have that focus, because Maya's always trying to dissipate that focus. She's always trying to make it second, third, fourth on your list, fifth, sixth, put it off later. It's not that important. You're a loser anyway. That Japa workshop was good, but you're still a loser. You got ADHD. You can't focus. Why try? Why bother? Another lifetime. You should put all those thoughts in your mind. That's her job. And someone who wants to be Krishna conscious doesn't listen to any of that. It's like, no way. This is what I'm doing. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how many times I slip. This is what I'm doing, because I want Krishna, and therefore I'll do what I have to do. And if I do not do that, I will do that for something else. That same energy and determination I will apply to something else. And I don't want to do that. I want to apply most of my energy first and foremost to this, and then to other things. And that's how you do it. And if you study Prabhupada's teachings, it's very interesting, because he really teaches us to be pinpointed. Like, watch out for the right side, watch out for the left side, crocodiles here, alligators here, snakes over here, lions over here, just keep walking straight. That's what he teaches all the time. And it almost sounds like we're like little kids and we can't really take care of ourselves. But Prabhupada knows how strong Maya is. So it's like, be careful. Be careful. Take shelter of the holy name. This is your only... Bhaktivinoda Thakur said the holy name is our only shelter. In this world, this is the main thing that will protect us. And did you know that all the other paths of bhakti are there to support your chanting? It's your pure chanting that you need to chant purely. So you're hearing, now we're hearing. We spend so much time hearing, not chanting. Why? Because this supports our ability to chant well. But the goal is what? The goal of this class is to chant well. We're understanding so many things so we can chant well. The goal of Sangha is to chant well. The goal of deity worship is to chant well. The goal of taking prasadam is to chant well. The goal of studying Bhagavatam is everything is there to purify us, because this is how you get love of Krishna. And so, if this is minimized, that's like huge loss. This is the one thing that we have to perfect. And if we give up, that's... You want to say something?
What's Maya?
Maya is everything that takes you away from Krishna. Maya is like darkness, and Krishna is like light. And whatever gets in the way between you and Krishna, that's Maya. Yes. Is prasadam ready? Do we know? Where? Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Wanted to ask about, is Maya a test for people who are starting? Or is it like, is it something that goes on around and you get caught in it?
I had a godbrother of mine who used to say, after you've been devotee for 7 years, Maya turns up the heat. So it's not just the test for new people. And she never stops testing until you have love of Krishna. Because Maya's goal is to try to divert you so you become stronger. And she actually wants you to be Krishna conscious. So when you achieve love of Krishna, she's like, very good, I did my job. Because you want to train as a fighter, you need people who are really strong to fight with, otherwise you won't get strong. So she's like your trainer. So she makes things difficult so you push harder. And that's how you become Krishna conscious. But also her intensity on you depends on you, because you may actually want Maya. And so then she comes. If Maya comes very strongly in your life, it's because you called for it. But if you want to be Krishna conscious, she'll come a little bit, but she's very happy to just let you chant. She's like, oh, he's chanting japa, let's leave him alone. She'll be happy to leave you alone. Oh, he wants to do service. Okay, let's leave him alone. But if you're like, hey Maya, I miss you. She says, okay, I'm coming over. Maya, I miss you, where you been? I'm feeling your separation. Please take me back. Let's enjoy again. Yeah, she's right there knocking on your door. But if she comes uninvited, it's only to help you. It's only to like sometimes what happens when you do bhakti, when you're doing really well, at some point you think, oh, I'm invincible. I have no problems. I'm following sadhana really well. Everything's good. The Maya says, okay, or Krishna tells Maya, say, show up to him in some irresistible way. And then something shows up and he falls for it, and then he realizes, oh, I'm not as spiritually advanced as I thought. I have to work harder. Right? I think that happened with Narada Muni. A couple of stories with Narada Muni that happened. He ended up in falling into material life. Well, it was actually a dream in his mind, but anyway, Krishna showed him how strong Maya is. Yes.
Is it desire that causes that, or like
desire? Yeah, material desire, false ego, pride, desire to control and enjoy, to imitate Krishna. That causes it. Yeah. Maya cannot interact with someone who only has a desire to serve Krishna. There's nothing to interact with. It's like trying to plant a seed in cement. But when we want to enjoy, the soil is very fertile and she can plant her seeds. Yes? So, we sometimes say Maya is very strong, but Prabhupada said, not strong, your desire is weak. But you won't feel Maya as strong if your desire is strong. Like nothing. Like Prabhupada said, he could be anywhere. He could be in a room of naked women. It's like no problem. Because his only desire is to serve Krishna. He can have billions of dollars, no problem. He just live a simple life. Because his only desire is to serve Krishna. His only desire is to engage every woman in service, to engage everything in Krishna's service. So, when you have that desire, then you're safe. Nothing will allure you because you have no desire to enjoy anything. Hare Krishna. I think we should stop for prasadam. Raise your hand if you're hungry. Yeah. Okay, you're qualified to take prasadam. And then we're going to meet back here at 3. Is that correct? 3 o'clock? Is it 3? Oh, PM. Come back at 2. Okay. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.